if I can pull this up. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Everywhere. Everywhere. Yeah. Let me refresh this so you can recognize that we are live. There we go. Woohoo! Tuesday morning. It's your host with the most, I think I have to stay here though. What do you mean? You can't bail out, you can't make it out, man? Come on, man. Come on, man. What you talking about, Jay? You know, we got to go and turn up. What up, Cafe? Yeah. We in here, y'all. All right, I'm just getting everything sorted out. Let me get everything sorted out. I see my YouTube family checking in. I see you. All right, let me make that right there. All right, I feel good now. Say hello. Purchase. Man, there'd be a little setup that go into all this, you know what I'm saying, when you're going live. What up, Chrissy Chris? Good morning. Yo, it's your favorite green-eyed bandit. Oh, I don't like the way that looks. Let me fix that, yo. Let me fix that. I don't like the way that looks. Let's do it like, can we do it like that? Is that better? Let me see. That's a little better. I'm talking to my TikTok folks. What up, Mr. Canada? You know what they don't do on Instagram that I like that they do on TikTok is that you can put a background on there and you can't put a background on anything else. And that kind of gives you guys Instagram. You guys kind of don't get the same experience that everybody else gets. That's why I posted my YouTube link at the bottom. Make sure when you join YouTube, you subscribe. What up, everybody that's on the live on TikTok? Yeah, welcome to another morning show. This is Bite to Eat. I'm gonna give y'all something to chew on, something that may be spicy, tasty, or even hard to swallow, but you will like it. You will enjoy it. And that's all that matters to me. Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Listen, Stephanie, you ain't gonna be telling people to do something that you ain't doing. Do you understand? Every time I hear Stephanie tell somebody to subscribe and she hasn't, I'm like, come on now. That's a joke and you know it. Come on, Stephanie, you got to do better than that. Listen, make sure you guys are liking and sharing. That's all I ask from you guys from the beginning of the show is like and share, increase the audience. What up, Letitia? What up, Zena? Oh, okay, for real? I didn't know that. That's what's up. Y'all, now I'm putting it all together, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you have to, you know what I'm saying? I understand, you know what I'm saying, that you try to do that. I'll be thinking to myself, though. Busta! That's the first thing that go through my head, you know what I'm saying? Chop in the building, what's happening? Yo, so we got a few new guests. We got some old guests, you know what I'm saying? If you missed yesterday's show, I'll do a recap real quick. We got into it talking about White Lives Matter. White Lives Matter. This is episode 2 of Bite to Eat. Episode 1 was Kanye West. You reached your goal. That's what's up. The Kanye West White Lives Matter shirt caused a lot of controversy. So much so he had to go back and explain why he was on that. And we talked about it yesterday, and it was interesting to hear what his conversation was about. Yeah, it was a super powerful pearl. We had an opportunity to share and dive in and kind of just break down everything. 62 pounds down. If y'all don't give a round of applause, give a round of applause to Stephanie. She is 62 pounds down. Listen, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, for those that don't know what we're talking about and why this is such an exciting time and thing for her is because she came into our live. I've only been live for less than a month and a half. And she said that she wanted to do something different. She needed to change. You know what I mean? That she wanted to drop some pounds. She had an event that she wanted to go to. And I think at the time, Spark, I thought it was only like 30 pounds, but 62 pounds down. Congratulations to you. Continue to do the work so you can get the results. All I can say is, with your bad self. Yeah. With your bad self. Yo. we always champion those that come into the live and that do the work, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing, is that for everything that we talk about doing and all these things that we're seeing happen, it happens with consistency. You want to break through, you got to just do the work. And Stephanie has done the work. And we say, with your bad self, say it loud. Yeah, man. Zena said, great job over on YouTube. If you want to get a full experience, join YouTube right now. You can get a whole experience of where I'm broadcasting from, how I'm broadcasting. Hopefully, you guys are sitting up ready to get your apple cider vinegar drink on, because I am your accountability partner. I'm going to be here for you whenever you need me to be here, which is daily at 9 a.m. Eastern. We are doing the Bite to Eat podcast. Now, you say, why Bite to Eat? You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about, when I was thinking about names for a podcast and something that I could fully support, I never wanted to pigeonhole myself into something that was so nuanced that I couldn't talk about pop culture, that I couldn't talk about health and wellness, that I couldn't talk about finance, that I couldn't talk about relationships. And when I think about what the baseline of a conversation should be, it should be consumption. It should be to give you something to think about, give you something. Yeah, I know, right, Chopper? You're getting praised all over the place, Stephanie. Everybody is really giving you mad shout outs and whatnot. What up, Michael Neves? Make sure y'all are subscribed, and make sure you hit that like button when you join me on YouTube, y'all. But I wanted to say something. I wanted something that was, that represented the point of anybody having a conversation or bringing something to the table, and it's consumption, right? I want you to consume this information, whether we're talking about the apple cider vinegar drink, which I'm going to give you guys I'm gonna do some posts today. I'm gonna take some time out and do some posts so I can direct that. But I also want to communicate to y'all about, different issues. Like when we talk about money, like I got a text from somebody, a back channel text from somebody today that was talking about cryptocurrency. And it's funny, as I continue to scroll on my Instagram, I got another post that said Jake Paul bought a NFT, which all you guys know NFTs are associated with cryptocurrency and whatnot. But he bought an NFT for $683,000 about a year ago or 2 years ago, and now is I don't mean to laugh. And now it's worth $10. Now, if any of you have dove off into that cryptocurrency market, they're really trying to force feed this. And I think what they did, right, if the plan was to get the world on board with digital money, they had to prove that there was a place where they were going to let digital money exist and that you could thrive from this digital money, and that you could avoid the nuances of that's what's up. Mr. Canada's watching me on his 50-inch TV. That's what's up. But you could thrive in it, right? They wanted to show you that you could become a billionaire or millionaire or whatnot with this cryptocurrency. Now, the allure of it in the beginning, this is the conversation I had in the beginning, and I don't know if any of you guys are in this space or if you care about this space. I'll try to make it brief if you're not. But they were talking about the anonymity of it all, right? They were really pushing this whole, you can do this and you can move in the shadows. You know what I'm saying? You can get this money and you can kind of do your thing. And I was like, yeah, you'll be able to do that until you can't. And at the moment that you can't, any of those finances that you have will now be locked down and locked into a system that requires approval from someone else that you can't, that can change the circumstances no matter what. On a sidebar, did you guys see the thing that PayPal tried to introduce? PayPal tried to introduce a $2,500 fine, or that they could deduct $2,500 out of your account if they disagreed with something that you were saying on your social networks or your POV. And this guy did a funny meme about it. But they were trying to implement it. It leaked out is what it was. It was a leak. And it leaked in the new notes about it. It said that that's what's up, Enough. They said that and that's essentially what it's all coming down to, is that companies will be able to justify what they're doing inside of their policies in terms of uses that will affect your finances. Now, we've seen that on the practical side of it, because in 2020 and 2021, they implemented this structure that said that if you didn't comply it was going to affect your finances. We lost several businesses that weren't in compliance because of that. We lost several companies, and people went broke, and people suffered financial losses because they didn't comply with it. So then you get the minister of money over in London. I don't know if y'all caught this, like, and I don't really do finance a whole lot, but it's something that you want to be aware of, because finance leads into what happens in our society. So the the minister of finance over in London introduced the fact that they are now going to actually, and I said this years ago, I said they're going to make it where this cryptocurrency, where you can kind of move in the shadows, becomes a normal, becomes the new norm, right? But not on the allure of what cryptocurrency was. Like I said, the anonymity is going to be gone. So the first sign of it, I saw Canada do this. Canada introduced something where they could note, where their cryptocurrency policies were being open, like people could really know about it, like it was out in the open. And then now the Minister of Finance in London is saying that they're going to start doing this with a, what up, Southern Hummingbird? What up, Lawrence? They're going to do this now through the central banking system. Now, if y'all don't know about the central banking system, they're the ones that are set up in all these countries that finance all these different things that are going on around the world. They finance these wars and things like that because it makes money. You know what I'm saying? But they also control everything. And then there's a few names at the top of that list that, that really structure this whole thing out and point things how they want to go. But once they make this thing a central banking thing, that's going to affect you, because there is no more anonymity, and it'll be taxable income. It's going to be bad, because at this point, it's crazy, because I coined a term in 2020 called social digital currency, but it's actually going to be a such thing as your social currency affecting what happens with your actual currency. That's the part that it should be disturbing to everybody, is that your persona out here in the world will affect how your finances are available to you or not available to you, or or distributed to you, or whatever the case may be. What up, Cookie? What up, Queenland? You know what I'm saying? That's the challenge, right? And I said this from the beginning. I said the challenge with this whole digital money is going to be control. Like right now, if you got $1,000 in your pocket, you control that $1,000 that's in your pocket. Nobody can tell you what to do with it, and they can't document where it's spent at. That's why, to me, you've always heard somebody say cash is king, and that's why old school heads, what do? They keep a shoebox full of cash. Why? Because you don't know when you're going to need it. You don't know when you need to get off map, when you need to get off grid, when you don't want to be controlled, when you want to be, when you want to maintain being able to do who you are and be who you are. Cash means something. I think that you should have cash in the bank, but you should also have, you should have money in the bank, or you should be investing that money, but you also should have cash in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so when they tell you, like, remember they tried to run game on you and tell you that there were no more coins. They tried to tell you there were no more coins. And all I could think to myself is, I got a piggy bank full of coins. I think everybody else has a boatload of coins. You know what I'm saying? So how are you going to say coins are going, south? It's because they're trying to start implementing the culture and context of cashless transactions. And if y'all hadn't noticed, we went from swiping a card to inserting a card to now tapping a card. So you have to look at the advancements. Like, I hope y'all are paying attention to how this thing is playing out, because it's important that you understand how you're going to move around and communicate financially with the people and that, that are out here. And if you're not, you have to kind of pay attention to these conversations that are happening. You know what? I knew TikTok was feeling left out. But there's a conversation that needs to be had around money. And normally, like y'all, normally we talk health and wellness and whatnot. But I can tell you right now, that I can tell y'all right now that financial health does absolutely contribute to your mental and physical health. Ask anybody who's got money and who doesn't have money, but more so the mentality around it, right? Because we all know successful people, financially successful people who just unbearable to be around. It's like the money didn't bring the comfort or the happiness that they wanted. And then you got people who are suffering financially who say, man, if I had this, I would do that. But the reality is, I know people who never had money get money and become horrible people. And it's because the fantasy of having money, there's more mental work that needs to be done than we ever could imagine when it comes to the ebb and flow of finances. You get people, yes, they even charge more to use cash on gas at some, because they're trying to curve how we manage that. But I only want to speak to you from the part that really matters, which is how you approach it mentally, how it affects you emotionally. Like I said before, there are people who've never had money that have lived an amazing life. Like, they don't have the extra comforts or whatnot that some people have, but they've learned that happiness starts within. They've learned that their enjoyment of life happens from within. It doesn't happen from without. And so once you can master that, and this goes with anything, once you can master some of these different nuances that ebb and flow, that change on a regular basis outside, on the outside of things, once you've mastered yourself inwardly, everything else makes sense. And again, it parallels itself to apple cider vinegar drink. If you manage your inside, if you feel great on the inside, you project greatness on the outside. And in doing that, the way that people respond and react to you is totally different. When it comes to finances, y'all all know somebody who is living a lifestyle they can't afford. You all know that. We all know that somebody is right now on the verge of getting evicted, but has the latest Celine shirt or the latest Birkin bag, or has the latest high heel rib bottoms or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's because their mental outlook for them is based on their physical outlook. And there is something to be said about that, because we're such a shallow community that we look at people and size them up. I can tell you, the clothes should never make you. You should always make the clothes. It's almost like I used to say, when it came to makeup, it's the same thing. I used to say it's called make up, not make over, right? Makeup is to highlight what's already there. You know what I'm saying? So clothes is supposed to highlight what's already there. Lady IA says, truth. My dad always says, can you stand to be blessed? Yeah. And that's real. Can you stand? Can you handle what you're asking for? And that's the reason why, in my book, it's the reason why you would tell children or girls, hey, don't wear makeup until you understand the attention that you're trying to grab by wearing this makeup. Understand mentally that you don't need the makeup. And that is just that, makeup. It does not make you over. Wearing all this makeup does not make you a new individual. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're wearing this makeup for, understand it's to make up. You know what I'm saying? It's to highlight. It's not to reinvent. And you all grew up with somebody, and I know I did. I know if I grew up with people like this, I know y'all did too. There were girls who wore so much makeup that if they took it off, you couldn't recognize exactly who they were. Or you'd be taken aback. You'd be like, ooh. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then again, similar to Lady's comment, a lot of conversation is not held around the mental capacity it takes to get wealthy, to get the attention that you want from wearing the makeup and all those different things. People don't understand what they're asking for when they do. I tell you right now, even with my success, you would never know how successful I am by none of that. You know what I mean? Garden says, but the people try so hard to impress can't or don't do anything to help them. True story. And I think what you're saying is that the people that they're trying to impress are not worth impressing at the risk of all this mental anguish that you're going to suffer from. So can you imagine that? Can you imagine it's almost it's almost the same as you preparing a dinner. You're going out and you're really, you're going through all these hoops and jumping all these ropes and everything to prepare this dinner for these people who are not going to appreciate the meal that you made. They're just going to brush over it like it was nothing. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. We all want to feel appreciated, but no one out there is worth impressing. You know what? You want to impress somebody, impress yourself. And let people see the enjoyment that you have from impressing yourself, and that will break down barriers. That will do more for you and your community of people that you're around than anything. And then if you're around people who don't appreciate you, of course, y'all know y'all got to get away from that. Like if y'all don't know anything, you got to vacate the premises with people who do not support you properly. One of the biggest things as we're talking finance and whatnot and mentality, entrepreneurs have to be surrounded by people who support them. That's right. Southern says, I'm trying to impress myself and God. There you go. Entrepreneurs need to be surrounded by supportive people. Now, whatever you are trying to achieve, you need to be surrounded by supportive people. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no shortcut. We are all fragile. Every last one of us. We are so fragile. And some of us are too tough to admit it. We hold so much pride, but we're all fragile. And whatever your fragility lies in, you got to make sure you're surrounding yourself with people. What up, Jaleesa? What up, Redbone? You got to make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who can support you in a way that doesn't become a pain point for you, but in fact, it's embraced and nourished all the way up until you're strong enough for those things that would try to harm you are no longer there. You know what I mean? One of the things that and it's crazy because there's a strange way of lack of support really creating the diamonds in a lot of people that wouldn't have been there had they not been in a situation where they didn't have support that they wanted. I'm one of those products of when I started off my career, no one thought it made sense. Like when I began, you know how they talk about struggling or starving artists, you know what I mean? You have to have the most faith to go out into the world and say, I'm going to be able to compete at the level that these superstar people are. I'm going to be able to acquire wealth the same way these people are or better. I'm going to go out and I'm going to reach for something that you all can't see. When I started my journey musically, I had to really shake off a lot of the comments that were being said to me, even and then I had to separate the constructive conversations from the destructive ones. My next door neighbor always had a lot of people at his house until he went into foreclosure. That's right. And none of them helped him, Garden. Nobody helped him stop that. But you have to have a certain mentality about how you're going to change or grow your situation. All we've talked about since me going live on TikTok was being motivated to do the work. That's it. And to be consistent and show up for yourself. Consistently, when I started out, I passed up and sacrificed parties. I sacrificed dates. I sacrificed anything that didn't have to do with my goal. I really put my 10,000 hours in. And by the time I had put my 10,000 hours in, I learned so much more than anybody else that was around me. Around all those people who was partying and kicking it and doing all those things, I was like, yo, I'll do that later. And when I needed something, I sacrificed to get it. So there were times where I sold I had jewelry, and this is why I don't wear a lot of jewelry now, and I don't really care about jewelry like that. I sold that jewelry I had to buy things that I needed to help with my career. Some people would look at that as a step back, but I looked at that as a layup. I was like, I have to do what's necessary because I believe I will be able to get it all back should I reach my goal in success. And that's kind of what happened. I spent all this time, learned all these things. I was far advanced than my counterparts. What up, OMG? I wanted to be better than everybody else. There's a level of competition that has to happen, like real talk. I don't care what nobody says. This is why I have a problem with participation trophies for kids. I think that you need to let kids know what it is. Just showing up is not enough. You need to exceed. You got to excel. You got to want to be first. You got to want to be the best. You got to be chasing a dream in a way that nobody else is chasing it. You have to shoot for the stars, as the cliche says, so that at least if you fall, you're still in space. You know what I'm saying? You're not far from the sun. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just want what you want at a level that everybody else is wanting it. I'm sorry. When you guys see people say their goals on here and their successes, you shouldn't want for their success, but you should say, I'm gonna get mine too, and I'm gonna do mine the way I want. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do mine at that next level. And it's not a competition, but it's a drive that you gotta have. And competition promotes drive. Giving participation trophies just means, oh, I did okay, I showed up, but it doesn't promote you wanting to do it better. It doesn't promote you studying harder, practicing more, doing the due diligence, sacrificing. It doesn't teach you those things. And that's the issue I have with so many people wanting to achieve success. Yeah, if you shoot for the moon, you'll land amongst the stars, Ush. That's exactly what that is. That's exactly what that means. But there was a conversation, and that was supposed to be the topic for today. Was a matter of fact, we've already leaned into it, but I didn't break it down. So the conversation is kids' attitudes toward life. Kids' attitudes towards life. It is October the 11th. It is 9:29 in the morning. We've been online. We've been live for 29 minutes. It is 55 degrees here in Atlanta, Georgia, with a high of 75. It's going to be mostly cloudy for anybody out there. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you are, in the meantime, while I'm talking, you guys can put your city and state in so I know who I'm talking to and where you're at. But check it out. The reason why kids' attitudes toward life lack so much is because we don't require as much. We don't push as much. 5 days before Southern Hummingbird's birthday, that's what's up. So the 16th, that's what's up. One day after Usher's. We don't push these kids as much. We don't push ourselves as much. They don't see us still striving and thriving, trying to reach goals that are beyond us. They just see us chilling. If there's any drive in these kids that's not that you know, we've got so many things undermining that drive and that push. You have these platforms, and this is one of the main culprits of it. The platform we're on now, TikTok, is one of the main culprits of mediocrity. And y'all see it on a regular basis. You can go to the live page or the For You page or whatever you want, whichever one it is, and swipe, and you'll come across somebody who is just sitting there like this here and going, yeah, I walk to school. That's my real hair. Yeah, I dance. I learned to dance. Sometime. That's the experience. You know what I'm saying? What up, Ian? That's the experience that you have, and that's the reason why it's so challenging right now, that kids don't understand. They don't want to chase anything. They don't push anything, and nobody's reprimanding them. When you get on these platforms are so open and allowing people to do whatever they want, that they never ever put people in a perspective where you got to bring something to the table. People aren't chasing a dream anymore. They're just living the dream. And then they wake up and it's like, oh my God, I missed so many opportunities. I missed so many opportunities because I was just kicking it, and I wasn't kicking it with purpose. I wasn't kicking it with focus. You know what I'm saying? Ian is on my Instagram right now, a good friend of mine. He's a dream pusher, meaning he has cultivated the lives of people who wanted to chase their dreams, and he's done it at a high level. He's highly regarded in the music community, but also in entertainment for that. You know what I'm saying? So he's one of those people that you can look at and say, you know, see the intangibles that he brought to the table for so many people like Escape, TLC, and a gang of other new talent that's coming out right now. You have to have surrounded yourself with advocates for your goal, but you also have to instill in these kids that you got to want more than the next person. That's the only way they're going to achieve. She said, Letitia on YouTube said, you nailed it. That's so accurate. I'd be like, what the hell? Why are you on here? Anyone can do that. That's exactly right. When we talk about these platforms, and you guys, it's hard because there should be a community response to the way that we deal with people. And maybe it's in the delivery or something, but we got to figure out a way to communicate with these people. Not only the ones that are the only ones we can talk about are the ones that we see broadcasting. We got to have a way to communicate with them and say, great content. or you need more content. Tell people about who you are. Let your life experiences, although you may be young, you still have experiences and you're going through this journey with people who recognize and identify with you, but you aren't sharing that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Correction, not more than the next person, it's more for yourself. Yep. And you want this for these children. You know what I'm saying? You want this for the community. But we don't act in community as much as we often should and have in the past. And so when they look at us, they got to understand why community means so much, and we have to be the examples for that. But I do not believe in participation trophies. I don't believe in just showing up is enough. And that's what you see on all these networks, except for, like I said, on YouTube, you actually have to have more intent. I love YouTube for that you have to have an intentional premise for being there. You just can't post something, and you see it though. I can tell you, I've been on some, and I go and I look, and some kids on here have their YouTube attached, kind of like I do. Their YouTubes associated with their IGs and TikToks, so that you can go over there and you're supposed to gain a different experience. And I try to show and lead by example. Although I don't direct them to my page, I just say, listen, if I join their page and I say, hey, listen, in the future, why don't you try doing this? In the future, give them this perspective. What up, Charity? In the future, on a future broadcast. And so I'll tell y'all, I'll give y'all one. There was a young lady on here who I thought had really great potential. It's a little sweet girl, right? And she had a cool little opportunity because of her influence. I was like, you know what? You're the voice of your community. How are you going to use it? And I gave her some pointers and some direction, right? And then something happened, and at this time that I said it, her TikTok got banned, and I was like, oh wow, here's a great opportunity for you to really double down on your YouTube, because YouTube, all roads lead to YouTube. I'm just gonna be frank. If in fact you want a successful social media platform that's going to champion what you're doing, YouTube is the way. You know what I mean? For any of you out there who are looking to start or maintain your business, looking to start or maintain a podcast, looking to start or maintain any kind of entertainment that is marketing wise, then you want to be on YouTube. Why? Because it has a built-in system to regurgitate your information. I'm live right now on there. The minute I stop this, I don't have to do anything but press OK, and it's posting that content to its channel for anybody to see it. And you don't have to see it today for it to make a difference. You can see it a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, whatever. Unfortunately, TikTok only does their live presentations like that when you download it. It's more of a process. Instagram will post right away, but there's no real value to the way you're posting on IG that's going to be beneficial to you on a grand scheme of things. You know what I'm saying? So with that in mind, we're talking about kids' attitudes toward life. If you think about your childhood and the things you were focused on, you had less distractions. Kids today are having and holding cell phones. They have $700 to $1,000 to $1,500 in their hands at a regular basis. And I know y'all don't think like that. What up, Reed? Reed just joined me on YouTube. Follow Reed's YouTube page as well. He's an up-and-coming videographer, but he's also an amazing his name is Reed, but he is the king of soul. You like what I did there, Reed? He's the king of soul, meaning he's a sneakerhead, and he's got, his perspective on sneakers and his experience with them and why he wears certain sneakers and supports certain companies. I think it's something that y'all can dive into. But y'all hadn't thought about that, did y'all? Yeah. Yes, Lord, holding phones while putting water bottles in the fridge. Do you understand that the average kid right now is holding 500, the soul God. That's it. Yeah, he's the soul God. They're holding $500 to $1,000 to $1,500 in their hands on a regular basis. Would somebody put that amount of money in your hand when you were 13, 14, 15 years old? Could somebody give you $1,500 and expect you to do the right thing with it or whatnot? And that's the thing. They have these phones and they're not managing. Yeah, the iPhone 13 Pro Max, the $1,000 or greater. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we look at things the same, right? As parents, as adults, as leaders in the community, as the people in the village. We don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and we complain about their attention span being so short. Why? Because they can change the channel on. Listen, YouTube. They made memes about this, about TikTok and Instagram, where you're just scrolling aimlessly looking for what you have no idea. Neither do they. So why are we putting them in that position when you should give them some structure? You tell them, look, if you're getting on YouTube, you better be learning something. YouTube is the new go-to to learn something, to get information. You know what I mean? Growing up, we talk to one another. These kids' eyes stay in their phones. Yep, their social skills have diminished. When we say why kids' attitudes toward life are crazy, is because we have craziness teaching them about it on their iPhones. Think about it. The most popular, broadcastings are those that are wandering around aimlessly doing nothing. We have the opportunity to shape the mind and the drive of these talented kids, and yet we dismiss them. And it's easy too, because you see parents, you see a kid going buck wild, and then you see the parent hand them that iPhone, and next thing you know, they're chilling. And we got these iDevices raising these kids, and we're wondering why their attitudes toward life has shifted the way it has. Well, they got nothing they got nothing substantial. They're living in a digital world. They're living in a digital existence. Yep. I've never understood that. They watch people on YouTube playing games or advertising toys. Listen to this, man. Slap the phone out of your kid's hands or do something dramatic when your kid is deciding to watch other people live versus live their own life. I do not watch reality TV for this purpose alone. I am not watching other kids play. I am not watching grown adults argue. I am not inviting that negative frequency into my life. Like, come on, man. Like, do y'all think about that? Do y'all think about the fact that we are essentially in a time of, like, I believe in watching movies. I believe in watching great programmed TV shows, but I am not going to watch some regular averages people or even enter stars or whatever live their life when I have a life of my own to cultivate and live. I don't know how reality TV survives other than the fact that it's so much drama in the LBC. I mean, it's so much drama. I think that they watch it. Yeah, it's not even, Latanya, listen, when you realize that they're sucking the life out of you and taking away one of your most valuable commodities, which is your time, you're going to start running from it. Yeah, that's Jalissa. That's the perfect thing. She said she got her nephew to work out and discuss school and goals. That you have to have those conversations. I have friends so invested in other people's lives on TV. I'm like, I don't know none. Yeah, and that's the other thing. We don't know these people, and it's scripted. It's bad TV, is what it is. I'm gonna be honest. Reality TV is bad TV. Now, it's not bad for those people who are earning an income doing it, because you know how the saying goes: if you can make money from it, more power to you. But you're right, Mia, all that arguing and fighting that you don't do in your own home, you have now invited it into your life. You're sitting there watching these people go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and they're getting paid for it, but it does nothing for you and your frequency and gives you no value. Yeah, Cassie, that's a first step. She said she makes her grandchildren put their phones down at the dinner table as it's the time for the family to communicate. But we got to go a little bit further than that. You got to take it away from them. Yeah, so I like what you're doing there, Reed. Reed said his son is 3 and he only wants to watch chef videos. He loves cooking YouTube University. I think those kind of ways of using it is good. I've seen kids use the My Baby Can Reads and those things and advance themselves. They advance their learning curves. Yeah, no phones at the dinner table. And you got to go a step further than that. And these kids will fight you on it. And it'll be easy. But you got to start having conversations that matter to them around them with other adults. Remember that? Do y'all remember when y'all was kids and your mama and them was talking, you be trying to sneak in and listen and hear what the adults were saying? But y'all don't get that nowadays, do you? Y'all get little kids with headphones on and their iPhones zoned out watching who knows what. Think about it. We used to be nosy. And it was beneficial because you'd be like, ooh, my mama then was talking about da 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 da. And you start learning, you start dialoguing. But these kids have a problem communicating with one another. If you want to know why kids' attitudes toward life are challenged, man, it's because they don't talk to one another. What up, Wahida? They don't communicate with one another. Yep, you'd be told off if you got, you know what I'm saying, when you was trying to drop in and listen to your parents have them adult conversations. But that's how you learned and that's how you matured. That's how you became responsible. That's how you understood some of the things about the different nuances of life and how it worked and how you can thrive and whatnot. But we don't have nosy kids. These kids nowadays could care less of what you're doing because they got their iPhone. They got an iPad. You know what I'm saying? Yep. That's what's up, man. Reed said, I told him to early on to guide him. And since then, he's on second grade level. Man, that's amazing. Let me give you a round of applause for that. That's amazing. Yeah. Yep. Remember, Chopper said, remember when the adults used to spell out what they were saying? They used to spell it because they didn't want you to do it. And what did that make you do? Man, Chopper, that's such an amazing point. What did you do once they started spelling out the words? You tried to learn how to spell. You tried to learn how to spell, y'all. You tried to advance yourself so you could be a part of the conversation. We got to get that back. We have to instill that. We have to still make it challenging for them. And because they're not challenged, because they're not disciplined properly, that's why. Yep, go look it up. You want to know what I'm saying? Go look it up. Yeah, ear hustling. Reed said it's called ear hustling. We used to ear hustle all the time, and it made us smarter. It made us better. It made us want to do things. The thing that I think also is missing now is just the will and want to search out. Like they don't want to find anything nowadays. They don't want to, they don't want to do the work. I mean, let me just say that. They don't want to do the work. There's a minute group of kids that will actually go out there and do the work and that are really pushing for success at something. That will really just stay diligent and consistent. That has to be championed. And I think that was something I was saying a long time ago, is that is that we want to raise specialists. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to raise kids that are really good at something. Yeah. People don't even like talking on the phone these days. They want to text only. That's such a callous approach. If you meet anybody like that, just say, I don't operate like that. I don't think it's not wanting to do the work. I think society's shifted into children not having to do the work. I can agree with that. I think that in that, though, we have to develop specialists. I've always said this. You got to find what your kid is good at and drive that nail into the cement. You got to drive that nail into the wood. You got to push that, because that's how you get the Tiger Woods. That's how you got the Venuses and Serenas. That's how you, like, when I watch that King Richard's movie, I just think it's super, super dope. Too many kids are entitled, is what she said on TikTok. There are too many fathers like Richard, Williams, Venus and Serena's pops. This man wrote a plan before they were born on how things were gonna go. I wish we all could have been and had that kind of foresight, but we don't. So we have to build it with what we see God's talent that has been given to them. Yeah, man. That's right, Chocolate. There's no way. Listen, you got to remember, especially people who are in relationships, that you have to tailor make the relationship the way that you want it. And if people don't want to rock that way, then you just let them go. Kids are definitely entitled now. I told mine they would be lost without Wi-Fi, wouldn't they? What up, Coffee? Just hopping on. What is this morning's topic? We're talking about kids' attitudes toward life. Yep. And Reed said the main point is the responsibility of the adults. What are we doing as adults? And it ain't even got to be your kid, man. Like, that's the other part. We got to start taking an interest in the community that we want to cultivate, the one that we want to leave behind, the legacy that we want to build. The legacy may not even be with your kid. You know, it may not be with, your kid. Think about this, man. When I think about my growing up, I can name at least one influential person that was not a family member of mine. His name was Reverend Wade. He used to play for the Miami Dolphins. Reverend Wade was this handsome, strong football player, retired and moved to Flint, Michigan, lived down the street from me. His son, Chief, was one of my best friends. And he was the one who was he was the man in our neighborhood. Like, he was like, hey, y'all gonna come with me and help me paint this house. Hey, y'all gonna get out these streets and y'all gonna go do this. Y'all gonna go work at the church. Y'all gonna go do he just made us do things. And he, we got to go skating and we got to do, fun stuff too. But he made sure we wasn't out there, and he was not afraid to whoop any of us. And that was we understood that he was one of the chiefs in our community. Now, we didn't have a whole lot of men who stood in the fold like that, but I wasn't his kid. My homeboys, Timmy and Marky, wasn't his kids. Anthony wasn't his kid, but he embraced us all like that. What up, Prince? And that's missing nowadays. It's even missing in the conversation with people. And understandably that some people aren't qualified to be a part of your village, but you should seek out those who are. Y'all all know good people. Y'all all are surrounded by good people. Yeah, so you got to put those people like that. You know what I'm saying? It was dope that you had Mr. Steven around you, Red Baby. It's dope when you got people like that, a lot of these families don't have men in the fold. And I said that one of the greatest challenges that we have is that, but the other part is the design of the society, the design that the society that we live in has set up is to keep men so busy that they can't be there for the community. And that's a challenge. What up, Goddess? That's a challenge, right? They make it so that we're away from the household, but now they make it even more so that not only the men are away from the household, but the women are away from the household. So the kid doesn't get what it needs. The kids don't get what they need on any front. They don't get the discipline that they need from their parents, and they don't get the nurturing that they need from their parents. Nobody's in a position to take the kind of sacrifice that it takes, meaning somebody got to back off. I know we all want to, everybody's like, we need a 2-figure income. Well, you do, depending on the lifestyle you're trying to live. Now, if you're trying to live a lifestyle that's nurturing to your kids, you're going to have to adjust that. That's what's up. Yep. You're going to have to adjust that. And we need that for us mothers that don't have the father and sons in our lives. Absolutely right. Let me see something. You're absolutely right. And that's one of the greatest challenges is that there's a missing element from it and nobody wants to talk about it. And it's necessary that we do. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that the system is set up in such a way that we're into this vicious cycle where we have to live a certain lifestyle. You know what I mean? It does, right? So Us says, right, because nowadays it takes 2 incomes, so we lack at home. And that's the challenge. And that's the truth, Southern Hummingbird. A woman cannot teach a boy to be a man. It does take that. So I also saw another meme this morning that broke it all down, that women have to be the most protected species on the planet. And the reason being is because all life comes through you. And men are supposed to be the protectors of you and the seed. And we don't have enough protective men in society. We don't have enough protective men that are looking out for not only their woman, but all women when they can. We've seen these clips of people attacking women, men attacking women, and other people standing by. And the camera has to be the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, because people do nothing but film and document. And we're not people like that. Like, we are action people, but we're not taking action. They have reduced us from what our natural talents and natural abilities are, which is to protect by all means. And that protective measure is missing in our society, where men protected women. And then add to that, the demasculation of men has led to more effeminate men. So you're not going to get the protection you need from an effeminate man, because he has changed the way he looks at things, and his nature is different. Instead of being like that, he's that part. I'm sorry I had to do that. But that's the part I'm talking about. Went from lions to pretty kitties. Coffee says, when I have my grandchildren, I keep the rules of their home so they understand what the deal is. True story. But that's what's happening in our life right now as to why these kids' attitudes towards lives are different, because they're battling identity crises. They don't know who they're supposed to be in this world. They have no idea who they're supposed to be in this world. Little boys are thinking that they're supposed to be little girls. Little girls thinking that they got to be tough to protect. And so they lose their inherent quality that they have when they're born. They lose who and how they're supposed to be. That confusion and love is enough to have some kids say, I don't even want to figure it out. I just want to be. What is just being? There's no such job as just being. You know, even though some of these social media platforms would allow them to think that you can just sit there and do whatever you want and exist that way and create a lifestyle for yourself. And because we have all these stalker dudes out here, these predators, what do? They sit on there and they say, hey, you so beautiful, you so cute, you so this, let me cash app you, let me do this to you, let me do that. You know, they throw or use low-bearing fruit trying to attract these people. And the same with a lot of the girls out there is that these people that are on there, she's displaying a low-hanging fruit attitude, and they're displaying a low-hanging fruit attitude. And so you get these situations where they feel like they ain't got to do nothing to work for the attention of the woman that they want, and the woman feels like, I don't have to do any more than what I'm already doing to keep and get the attention of the people that I want to get. And that's the change. That's what these kids are growing up with. That's what these kids are entertaining when you see them on social media, when you see them moving around. But it absolutely takes balance. And the roles are so cloudy and crazy that people don't know how to be and create that balance that's needed in their own households. And because those roles are sometimes muddied or whatever, the communication between the adults becomes funny style. Because, quote unquote, the term stay in your lane comes from that. But how can you stay in your lane when there are no lines in the middle dividing those lanes? There's no clear pathway to those lanes. And if you as an adult, you and your significant other, or just you as an individual adult in the lives of children, don't have a clear-cut path to where you're going or who you are, or what you're supposed to do, how can we ask that of the people we're setting the example for? In the community I'm from, trying to form a foundation structure to empower our young boys and girls. That's what's up. It's needed, Hummingbird. Like, those are needed everywhere. And it needs to be, helping these kids understand and develop who they truly are and what they're truly supposed to be doing. That's the part to me that is missing. It's the village. Don't create a community, create a village. Villages have roles. If y'all ever watched anything, you can go on the Discovery Channel right now. You can look at like National Geographic, but they'll tell you when you see these third world countries and these villages, they absolutely identify what people's roles are. What up, Shay Shay? They tell you what the roles of those individuals are. He's the chief. She's the this, or they do this, or they collect the water, and they do da-da, and this is the responsibility of the young child, and this is the responsibility, and this one teaches. And they absolutely have it outlined. And you say to yourself, how are we so advanced that we can't even get this outlined in our own communities? Like, for the resources that we have, it blows my mind that third world countries got it right and we got it wrong. And you have to start evaluating yourself. Well, if they got it right and we got it wrong, why is no one talking about it? Because somebody benefits from us being wrong. Somebody is benefiting from the current state of the world, of our nation. They are benefiting from it. You got to believe that if somebody is, if something is off, but yet nobody's talking about it, it's because they're benefiting from it. Racial woes. The reason why there's no major outcry for race, whatever, is because somebody's benefiting from it. Letitia says, it does. I think a lot of families don't realize kids really want the parents' time. When they get older, they would tell you, my 20-year-old said she just wanted more time with her parents. And that's the realest thing, man. If I had to say to you, hey man, this is the reason why you're doing apple cider vinegar drink, is so that you can stay healthy enough to play and be there with your kids. I want you to be strong enough. I want you to be healthy enough to play with your kids the way you wished your parents probably would have played with you. The goal is to make money to support the way that you need to be with your kids and to support them in their goals. You should be spending, saving and using that money to help your kids start a business or start a goal or learn a craft or support something that they're talented in. And that to me is a tragedy when we don't sow into them. Tell them you love them every day. Yep. I realize my son's behavior is better when I spend more time with him. Yeah, because, you're the only person, Latanya, that he wants to get it right with. The world out there, kids don't care about the world as much as they care about us because we are their world. You know what I mean? Kids look up at I always tell people, you don't know love until you've had a child, right? You don't know love until you've seen a baby look at you in the face like you're all I got. And you have to remember that. The first time your baby laid eyes on you, your baby looked at you and said, you're all I got. Please take care of me. That's dope, Latanya. She said that's why I became a stay-at-home mom when he was born, so I could focus on him and his brother. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Yep, Maria, children are. But we have to maintain that, like through their livelihood, through their life, we got to maintain that children are a blessing. And of course he was thankful for that because you gave him, the one thing these kids don't get outside of the house is a parent's love. They don't get it that way. Nobody else is going to love them like their folks. In fact, their radar goes off all the time. It's hard to trust people. So I respect that and I understand that, you know what I'm saying? And so we got to always be from a nurturing place. Real quick, make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you guys are sharing the live. That is on all platforms. Make sure that if you have an opportunity, you can help with the live goals on TikTok. If you want to help with the live on Instagram, you can buy a badge. And on YouTube, if you guys want to do anything, there's a super chat and a super like button over there. But it's 10 o'clock and I want to drink my apple cider vinegar so I can stay on my schedule, because you know how y'all knock me off my schedule. It is 10 a.m. in the morning on October 11th here in Atlanta, Georgia. Let me just tell you, the temperature is 57 degrees. It's mostly cloudy here in Atlanta, and at a high of 75 degrees tonight with a low of 46. Fall season is kicking in. I hope y'all got some fall clothes. I got some fly fall clothes that I'm excited about wearing and whatnot. Some hoodies I haven't taken out. I got a really dope furry hoodie that's so warm it's about 2 sizes too big, but it looked fly when I rock it. And that's what's up. It's 7 a.m. out in Cali. That's what's up. In your respective places, I can get it. I haven't discussed organic sulfur user, Isaac. But maybe I'll look into it. I just haven't, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? If anything, I would rather you come to the table and tell me some of the benefits of it. And maybe we can start a discussion that'll help benefit everybody else in the room. Cheers to anybody who's about to drink their apple cider vinegar. Let me shake mine up again. Shake it up real quick. I'm about to take it to the head. Letitia says, it does. I think a lot of families don't realize kids really want the parents' time. When they get older, they would tell you. Yeah, I repeated that, and it's important. I just want to make sure y'all understand that. 49 degrees in Albuquerque, sheesh. But y'all just waking up too. I know that temperature out there be ebbing and flowing about 30, 40 all the time. It's because consistency matters. And also the motivation behind it. You know what I'm saying? When you join this community and this village of people that you see who are actively working their systems, it's a mental thing, man. Your mentality has everything to do with your results. So hopefully you guys are talking nice to yourself, but also doing things that promote you being good to yourself. I look forward to the hot flush feeling. Yeah, as soon as you drink it, you know what I'm saying, and you can feel your whole body start. My son said, "Is it a drink for kids?" No, just you could make him like a lemonade that's stronger on the lemon side, hummingbird, and with a little bit of honey in it, whatever, make it kind of sweet for them, but not too sweet. And that'll help keep them alkaline. It'll help the alkalinity to keep their pH balance good, and they won't get, those things help promote good health and immunity. Yeah, and it's spreading love. You know what I'm saying? Later, I think that people on a regular basis need to know that you are seen, you are heard, and somebody is sowing into you something that you're going to benefit from on a whole bunch of different levels. You looking and feeling great is a high point in your everyday movement and how people receive you. If you feel great, you got that little extra pep in your step, you know what I'm saying? Then people look at you and they want that. They want to say, "What are you doing, man? You've changed and you seem to be spry today. You just got a thing about you that is attractive." That is another thing. Excuse me. And burping is a side effect of drinking this down and then removing the air pockets to get me ready to go to the bathroom. Like everybody, once you start burping, but more so when you start breaking wind as well, it gets you to a place where you're about to, where everything is set up to move through you properly. What up, Key? But yeah, man, people respond to you differently based off of how you feel. So if you can start your day off and you feel great, then you allow people to see that part and communicate. And who doesn't want to be around somebody who feels great and communicates greatness and is always lit? You know what I'm saying? I am a firm believer that your smile, your greeting, your energy is everything, not only to yourself. It's to yourself first and then everybody else secondary. But when you bring it to the table, who can be mean? Who can be like, if you just always chilling it? I'm not saying smiling all day, of course. I'm not like you walking around like, but there's a vibe that you kick that you feel great. And when people want to be wrapped around people who bring dope, they love being around you. Like there's a difference between looking good and being attractive. You know what? We're going to save that for another show. I'm going to write that down. Looking good or being attractive. How to get there. Because that's important. That's important. You got to know what you want. What do you want? Listen, what do you want? You know what I mean? From your apple cider vinegar experience, what do you want? And what are you limited to? And then what are you most excited about? So as we've been doing it for the amount of time, I know people are excited about the energy. I am sweating literally. Like my back is sweating. Like I'm telling you, when I drink that, it activates me in such a crazy way. But what do you want? And what does that look like? That one of the major questions I ask when I'm doing consultations, right, is, first, hey, what are we talking about today? Yeah, Nichelle, it does. So again, I have to ask, how are you making your drink? Because for a lot of people, it does, immediately you feel this rush, and you're ready to go. But then no, not even. So Nichelle, that means you should pick up your activity outside of that. Because for me, I know for a fact it's a metabolism thing. It's not a challenge, Cassie. Let me shift to that for a second on here. Effects. Let me go here. Okay, so let me put that up. And then let me come over here also and do that really quickly. There we go, right there. I changed it on YouTube as well, so everybody can see the recipe or whatnot. She said, what is the challenge? There is no challenge. The only challenge is the one that you create for yourself and the goals that you have for yourself. But this is the apple cider vinegar drink, and it's a lifestyle change. It is not a diet. I recommend to store the pre-made drink in a glass container. I've been doing it in the plastic joints, Cookie, and I've been okay. Getting rid of the fat. There's such a difference, man. I'm so excited about what I'm going to do. I think I'm gonna try to get as much of it done today that I can. I'm working on my metabolism because it's slow. Yep. And so walking at a speed that's slightly faster than your regular walk is what's going to do it, but you got to do it for 30 to 45 minutes consistently. So I would say start on the treadmill, but if you can't, walk around your neighborhood. Maria says health benefits so far. She's down 3 pounds. What? She got more energy. Muscle pain and inflammation has decreased. She is winning. And that's Connie says the same thing, energy. So that having the energy is going to propel you into doing other things. Again, I can't help but notice the parallels in life. This drink creates energy. You should be looking for ways and wanting ways to expel that energy. As you're expelling that energy, you gain strength in those areas where you're spending that energy. And then you come and you consume and regurgitate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a cycle of success. Who doesn't want to be successful? That's the cycle for success. And the way that you go about it is, A, you be consistent. But when you find a formula that works, and I'm sorry, Instagram, YouTube can see it. Every other platform allows me to add well, can I do that? Let me see. Wait a minute. Let me be a little more creative with my audience over here on Instagram, because there are some things I can do to invite y'all to the cookout. Let me see it. But the information is so far deeply rooted in all these photos, because it's my main phone that I use. That some of the stuff that's represented on my other phone is so easily accessible that I got so much stuff on it. If y'all could just see all the pictures I'm scrolling through, and every post I have is re-saved on my main phone, so it's just difficult to find this information because it's buried in there. Like there's a lot of posting going on here. So there we go. Let me see. Y'all see that right there? Look at that. I can do that. Okay, so that's how I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna put the little picture up, and y'all just gonna have me in the little screen over here on Instagram, but so what? So the recipe is up on Instagram. It's the same recipe. It's more explained on Instagram. But yeah, it absolutely works. And your consistency is one of the greatest values that you have in it. But in that, right, the cycle of it is crazy because A, you look great. You are moving and feeling better. And then that is projected outwardly to all the world to see. You are a walking advertisement. I was about to say advertisement, but you're a walking advertisement for your success. And the reward is people asking you the questions, people complimenting you, people noticing. Those are the rewards. And the attraction level goes up because you are falling in love with yourself. How many people want to fall in love with yourself daily? Yep, you're a transformer. This is just giving you an opportunity to appreciate yourself more and to fall in love with yourself a little bit more every day. I'm gonna write that down. I want to talk about that. Falling in love with yourself. How to fall in love with yourself. I'm writing down a whole lot of stuff now that I got my pen and paper out. I used to forbid a pen and paper in my studio because of the process. In the studio, the process is if you don't remember it, if you can't remember it without writing it down, then it's not rememberable. So why would the audience that you're creating for remember it if you can't off the top of your head? But yeah, I think this is a mission in loving yourself. You know what I'm saying? I just switched here from TikTok, coffee, okay, to see what you're talking about. Yeah, you see what I was able to do? How I got the recipe up there? Yeah, laugh out loud. My doctor asked your blood pressure is lower than usual. Really? I love that. I love that. With your bad self. That's super duper dope. Listen, that's what I'm talking about. For those people who are not understanding, your blood pressure goes down, your diabetes is managed. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things That's so awesome. Yo, y'all got to do that. Y'all got to give her a round of applause. She went to the doctor, and the doctor told her, and that's the funny part. They're going to be like, what are you doing different? What's going on with you? Grayson says she has a doctor's appointment on Thursday, and I'm excited to see what's changed for me. That's what's up. Yeah, man. And now, listen, when you couple all that stuff with light exercise, changes are going to come. When you increase that light exercise to medium exercise, then you're going to increase the results even more. But also, you're strengthening your bodies. Listen, you got to treat yourself well. You don't have to eat a whole bunch of meals a day. In fact, I probably eat 3, but I don't eat a lot when I do it. Letitia said, that's awesome. She's giving you a shout out too. I typically, like I said, once I get up from this live, and I meant to post it to y'all yesterday. So the live ended at 11:19. I was in the bathroom by 12:10 yesterday. Maria says her blood work is scheduled for 10:21. Looking forward to good and better results. Yep. I mean, your consistency, Maria, is what they're going to look at, and the fact that you're dropping weight and all those things help alleviate blood pressure and diabetes issues. You got to think that, the less your body has to carry around, the more it can work on other things. Like, this is what I keep saying to y'all, that your consistency gives certain aspects of your health a break enough to work on other things, and it becomes a domino effect to where your body is taking care of itself as it should. Now, some situations, when you get one thing taken care of, it can take care of the next thing. You know what I'm saying? That's where you want to be at with your consistency, that you're knocking down any of these things that may be happening within you. So that's super dope. I'm glad to hear that. We can get out of our own way. But when you love yourself, other people will notice. And when other people start being attracted to you, you have to understand that can only come from the confidence that you're showing, and the way that you're moving around now that you got this newfound confidence, this new swag, this new energy. That means a lot. Like, that goes a very long way, is to have, when people can recognize, what's going on, and they're supportive of that. I notice my stomach doesn't feel bloating. And Maria, it should flatten out more, because you are cleaning off your intestines when you add the lemons and and whatnot. When you drink this, it helps keep those intestines down, and it makes. And this is an indicator for y'all. So you'll know if you're eating correctly, is that as you start managing your digestive tract, whether you poop once or twice or 3 times a day, the size of it should be diminishing, because your body's not holding on to so much that it has to release so much at one time. In the beginning, it's going to be as regular as it was before as far as size goes, but as you continue, it should be breaking down in size. And if it's not, you're overloading your stomach, or you're overloading yourself with too much food. Our bodies don't require a whole lot. And this is why I also tell you that the periods between your eating are your fasting points. So if in fact you eat a nice size, whatever, like I do, my second meal is that yogurt and the granola. I may add a fig Newton to that or something like that, or banana, but that's it. And that moves through me pretty quickly, 30 minutes to an hour. And then after that, I don't immediately eat again. Actually, I go work out. I hit the gym on a semi-fasted stomach. That way, whatever's left in me, I'm moving around so much, I'm straining, I'm using my body so much that it's going to burn and use and expel that. But it's also going to start working on the stored fat while building muscle. Now, that combination is crazy dope in the advancement of how I want my body to look. There's one thing into how we want it to feel, which we want it to be healthy and whatnot, but how do you want it to look? And are we implementing things to change the way it looks? If you got, wobbly arms, then are you at the gym doing tricep pull downs, and are you doing curls? Are you doing things to develop this muscle so when it comes to some activity that you want to do, that you have the strength to do it? Ladies typically work on their legs a lot to help carry them around, but total body fitness is going to be the best way to go with any of it. So yes, you can do the if it was treadmill or elliptical, I would tell you to do elliptical so that you can help build muscle in your arms from doing the machine, but also strengthen your legs. If you had to ask me treadmill or stair stepper, I would tell you use the stair stepper, because the stair stepper is going to help shape your butt and your legs more so than walking on the treadmill. Besides that, you're going to do enough walking throughout your day anyway. Don't park close to the gym. Park away from the gym and get your walk on when you go in there. Don't park close to the job. Park away from the job if it's safe, and then walk how you got to walk. Like those kind of things, you're going to do it. When you go grocery shopping, you walk through the grocery store. You're always going to be walking, but are you building strength so that walk feels different? Like I started working out on my legs, which is, my legs look great, but of course there's always room for improvement. So I would say a couple Wednesdays ago, I started working on my legs Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Wednesdays and Saturdays. Those were the days. And I took time yesterday, instead of driving to the gym, I jogged to the gym. And I worked out and then I jogged home. And I felt like, I was like, why does this jog feel different? I'm like, because I've developed stronger muscles in my leg. It started to click. It was like, yo, the workout. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, it's because I've been active in the gym the way I've been active for my legs that it happened. Same thing with my muscles, with my biceps. Today I'm hitting biceps and back. So when I was, the other day, I was doing my pull-ups and I was like, yo, I can do more like the recognition of the work that you've done should get you excited. It gets me extremely excited when I feel and can tell something's happening differently. Like I get excited when I see the physical attributes of it, but it's the actual, and this is what I think people get excited about with the apple cider vinegar drink. I think you get excited because you can feel your body changing. You can feel it because you feel better. You're more active. You know what I'm saying? It's just, those are the things that you have to hold on to that will manage to help you reach that goal. But in that, I have an idea how I want my body to look. Like I absolutely know it. There are aspects of it that I have to take into consideration of, you know, how I've grown and what I'm doing with the muscle work, because the muscle work is what helps shape the body. What up, King? Your muscles are what, she said, Sebastian said, how I get my eyes like yours. You can get a version of these through contacts, but you can't get these because these are the remix and they haven't made any like these. So what foods are you not eating anymore? Well, I had already been removed red meat and pork. Just got removed of them. I communicated to y'all a story. When I was traveling to Europe, I was working in London a lot. And at the time that I was doing it, they had a disease called mad cow disease. And it was a red meat product. You know what I mean? Like the cows were causing people to lose their minds, literally. And I was like, oh no, I'll have none of that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna support that culture of eating that. So I stopped eating red meat immediately. Pork, I was traumatized as a kid. My dad is from the country, and he was always pushing pig knuckles, pig ears. It was almost like the worst parts of the pig. I don't know if he was trying to teach me something, but the lesson I got from it was I'll never eat this again if I got a choice. And so I stopped eating pork. Yeah, he was pushing pig big time, Sebastian. So I got off of that and haven't regretted it at all. What else? Those are the main ones that I removed that have shown great results. What up, Tashi? There's nothing else specific. I got to doubt if I had to express any pain points I had, it's probably I've reduced bread too. Yeah, I don't eat a lot of bread. I used to love bread. When I tell you, you couldn't have any kind of bread that I didn't like. I was really bad. I used to sit by, and when I was in Michigan and it was a kid, I would buy a loaf of bread for myself as a kid. Like if I had a choice, I would buy my own loaf of bread and butter, and I would sit in front of the TV with my feet on the heater on the floor and make slices of bread of toast and eat it. That was my thing. And everybody knew it. I would take the bread and ball it up just to chew it like the doughy chew. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. But yeah, you want to curve that pork, but you also want to curve the fried portion of it. So I've also reduced the amount of fried foods that I eat. That's a huge thing for all of us physically. Our food shouldn't be prepared with all that oil that way. And then we try to consume it, and the oil is just hard to break down in our bodies. You know what I mean? So I don't eat a lot of oily stuff. Fried foods at all. And again, I'm not telling you got to get rid of any of it. Like, just temper how much you do it. That was me with cornbread and butter. Yeah, especially if it was Jiffy or if it was the sweet bread that your folks made. But let me think what else. That was mainly it. And then, the other addictive property that's out there that's just hard to wipe completely off the map is going to be sugar. Yeah. Life is a matter of moderation. You know what I'm saying, Tashi? Absolutely. So sugar is a contention for most people. For me, I only use it when I have certain activities, right? What up, DJ Dub? Like certain times, like when if I'm in the studio late, I like to have something that I know is going to give me an instant boost. And I don't drink those citrus drinks. I don't drink those like those power drinks and all that. Those are very harmful for your body. So I would tell y'all, those pre-workout drinks that are full of all that. I run away from all that. And then what you'll find is the more that you do it, your body will be so attuned to what you should be having and what you shouldn't. Like, your body is going to be very pronounced. You can tell when something's off or when something's on, and your body just communicates to you differently. And that's the thing about doing this stuff consistently. I work overnight, so sugar used to be, that was my thing, you know what I'm saying? But you can actually wean yourself off of it. Like, I don't have sugar every day, and if I do, it's through fruit more than I do like actual sugar. If anybody knows me though, let me think. You can't see it right now, but my main things that I've had, if somebody said what sugars, if they make these sugars good, whatever, it'd be sweet tarts. It'd either be sweet tarts, it'd be trolleys on the candy side, and then on the chocolate side, it would be like any chocolate that has like almonds in them or something like that. So M&Ms, peanut M&Ms only, not the regular M&Ms. But those are my sugary vices, and I don't have them often. Like, when I fly on a plane, I might do a chocolate something or another or have something, but mainly I sleep on the flight the whole way. So I try to stay up. The only challenge is my flight on Thursday is in the evening, and I almost never fly evening flights. But I'm gonna fly into Vegas late night just in time to go to the after party on Thursday night. And I typically like to sleep on those flights. I don't like talking to people, you know what I'm saying? If I can find a good movie, I'll watch that and throw my headphones. But I like to sleep and then wake up where I'm at so I'm refreshed. And I just feel like I just shower, change, and get going. So we'll see. But other than that, those are the only things that I kind of, that I deal with. The bread thing is not an issue. Although Cheesecake Factory brown bread, when it's hot with butter, it's kind of hard to resist. Carrabba's bread with the oil and vinegar, the oil and the green stuff they put on it and that. What up, Jove? That's hard to turn away from. Crazy bread so again, remember I told you about my childhood. Crazy bread used to be $1. So I would always save up at least $1. Or if you really ghetto and from where I'm from, I'll be there Thursday. Panera bread I can do without. You know what I'm saying? Texas Roadhouse is probably like Longhorn. So Longhorn's bread, that brown bread with the butter, and they do the honey butter. So those are the challenges. I don't eat at those places often anyway, but those are, I have a slice. And that's the cool thing. What you guys will realize is you can eat what you want in moderation. Like, as long as you're not living that lifestyle, like you got to have it all the time, that's the challenge. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be challenged by that. But I don't feel guilty on the times that I have eaten that bread at those moments because, A, I know I'm doing the work. You know what I mean? I know I'm on the right path. I know that this is an anomaly and this doesn't happen often. So I can appreciate giving myself that kind of grace, and I wish you all would too. Thank you, Latanya, for the live goal. So for those of you who don't know, the live goal is up. It's the roses. If you want to contribute to that on Instagram, if you're on, on TikTok, on Instagram, of course, I mentioned it before. You guys can buy a badge, or the book is listed right there. And then on YouTube, of course, you guys can get a super chat or super like. I've been on a low carb diet for 2 years. Sounds like you've changed your lifestyle and you're not on a diet anymore. I can appreciate that, Joe. I think if you've been doing anything for longer than a month to 2 months, you're not on a diet anymore. I thought I put one up there. Maybe I'm tripping. Let me see. I thought I put. Maybe I didn't finish putting it. Let me see. That. Sometimes it just doesn't go. Oh, it's the second push of that. That's what it was. I didn't put the second one, but it's all good. My book is called Social Digital Currency Billionaire Talk. If you're on Instagram, it's posted and pinned at the bottom. I love salads too. I love Kava now, J-O-V. Kava has amazingly dope salads. But it's called Billionaire Talk, Social Digital Currency. It's about how to maneuver and what you mean to social media. Like, all of you guys are billionaires. Every last person that's within the sound of my voice right now, you're a billionaire. How you use that billion that you have is going to change the outlook of some of the relationships that you've built or want to build or cultivate on social media. What up, Brenda? So, yeah, it's a lifestyle change after you've eaten it for that long. I like good salads, though. I can't front. Salads, California Pizza Kitchen used to have, or they still have, a really dope Waldorf salad. I tell them to add more grapes and more walnuts to it. But it's amazing. And I lost a lot of weight. So I was consistent with eating that salad. I was working out. What up, Contagious? I was working out at LA Fitness that was right across the street from a California Pizza Kitchen. And so I would leave. I'm going to tell you how much I ate there. I would leave the gym and go get a salad, get that Waldorf salad with bread and butter. And I ate it. Like the bread, butter, and all that, they all went together. And while I was working out, I lost a lot of weight. The salad had so much fiber in it from the walnuts and the salad itself that it was going, and I ate there so much that they started kind of giving it to me for free. And if they had a wait list, they wouldn't make me wait. Like the relationship between me and the manager there, I mean, she was just super cool. Weight loss is 80% diet. I will tell you that it's not a diet that's going to have you lose weight. It's a lifestyle change. You know what I mean? Nah, she wasn't on that, Tashi. You can't out-train your diet is the conversation, right? You can't work out effectively and then do things that are destructive to the success of your workout. So, for instance, I don't eat something crazy after I've had my workout in the gym. After I do that, I've got fruit cups or something like that I'll eat that I know is beneficial to my body and replaces the want or desire to eat poorly after that. I don't eat big meals. Like, I only eat big meals if we go out to dinner, you know what I'm saying? And it's a place where I really want to enjoy the food. I'll get a salmon from there. You know what I mean? You're right. You can't outrun your fork. You can't outrun those bad habits. I like salmon, which is good for your cholesterol. For those of you who want to know something you can eat for that. What spot was it, bro? Damn, Contagious. Remind me what I was saying, because I don't know what I was talking about when you asked that. But yeah, I'll eat a great salmon. Fish tacos at this place in Atlanta called Seeds are off the chain. It's served with a side salad, with a summer, what is it called? A spring salad or summer salad, something like that. But it's amazing. Yeah. So my choices when I eat out they all lean towards the healthy side of the meal, you know. The California Pizza Kitchen salad. It's the Waldorf, Waldorf, the Waldorf salad. That's what's up, Joe. She said she gained no weight with her last pregnancy. I don't know if is that good or bad though, like, cause the baby and all that, or you mean you gained none but the baby gained weight? That's probably what I'm under the assumption that's what we're talking about. Yeah, man. Yep. You got to run from fast food because of all of the stuff that they put into it. Now, I'm saying this. Now, you can, again, That's dope. He said got new music on the way. That's dope. You can eat it, but you can't eat it all the time, and you can't expect that that's a great day. Like eating's fast food. You got to understand you officially, are challenging your what you've been working on, but you can do it. I don't advise it. I would tell you, even in that, cut it in half or something like that. That's what's up. What up, coach? If he on the live, if he around, tell him I said what's up. It requires some discipline though. Like all of this requires some discipline and dedication. If there was a song that I would associate with, it's called "How Do You Want It?" You know what I'm saying? How do you need it? You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do to achieve that goal? Yeah, it will. You know, the drink is so effective in so many different areas that consistency is what makes it all go well. That's dope. You're gonna be good. That's a good manager to have. The consistency of it is what's gonna help shift everything. You know what I'm saying? The fact that it supplies you with so much stuff as far as energy goes and well-being in those other areas, that part about it is what makes it special. And we gotta run to that. We gotta run to the things that benefit it. No, it's not bad on the teeth. It's only bad when you use the recommended amount that's on the bottle of, what up, year one, of apple cider vinegar. Like too much of the apple cider vinegar, because it's acidic, will challenge your enamel on your teeth. It'll challenge your esophagus lining and the lining of your stomach. So when you dilute it, as the directions up above are telling you to do, the acidity is not that pronounced, and so it doesn't present those kind of results. And it's and that's one of the, I'm going to do a video on I got a couple videos I'm doing. One of them will be I don't even know what MCT oil is. We're gonna do the benefits on. It depends on your genetic makeup, Jove, and then your consistency, and then how else you treat yourself, how else you treat your gut already. But it's pretty active and pretty quick. You know what I mean? Some people start seeing things happen immediately in terms of their digestive tract starting to align itself to be more regular and to be quick. It gives you energy. And you should use that energy to help move things along. If you're a person who goes to the gym, you're gonna want to wait until you have this movement before you get up out of the house, and that regulates you for the day. Like you'll notice your body just wants to eliminate on a regular basis. I'm trying. I drink Coke 2 a day. I thought you were trying to. So did you want to discontinue drinking the Coke? If so, then always try to leave some Coke in the can, meaning don't drink the full thing of Coke. Your body doesn't have a desire to finish anything. It has a desire to taste and to feel when it comes to food. Taste and feel. That's what's up, Seals. You start the start when today is the best day ever to start. So your body only wants to taste the Coca-Cola, because if it needed more, you'd have to drink 8 or 10 to fulfill the craving of the taste. But it only takes 1 sip to 2 sips for your body to accept the fact that it drank Coke. Feeling it is the fizziness of it, which your body wants to feel the fizziness of it just as much as it wants to taste it. And once you've satisfied both of those desires, you can throw that can away. It's done its job. Anything you do after that will be considered harmful to your goal of trying to get off of it. And that's just how you drink your pop from there on out. Yeah, so from there on out, you drink another sip. Each time you drink it, you drink those 2 sips. And after your body is comfortable with that, next time you drink 1 sip, because you still are satisfying the metric that it needs, which is taste and texture. You don't have to finish it. You have done and given your body what it's asked for, taste and texture. What up, Miss Miami? That's where you got to start remembering, like, that's the real thing about food, right? Because we want to taste something and feel something. Yep, our minds tell us, well, you can get another taste, or you can get another feel, you can da-da-da. But it's truly satisfied after the first one. And once you get that first one down to such a minute thing Then it becomes, man, I don't really need it like that. I'm cool. I'm over it. Your body doesn't reject it, causing you to go into a fit of some source. You know what I'm saying? So you good. What up, Leah? That's what you got to manage. You manage the amount until the amount is so minute that it doesn't cause the effects that the initial amount you were drinking or using does. That's it. That's the recipe to block or get away from any addiction. I don't care what it is. If I can take that as far as into a relationship, if you're trying to get out of a relationship, if y'all talk every day for 2 hours, you trying to get out of a relationship, talk for 1 hour for a week. Then after that, talk 30 minutes for a week, and then 15. And somewhere up in there, either y'all gonna stop talking completely. These are the tools that people use to break up with people. Y'all see it all the time. Y'all understand how that works. They reduce the communication to the point of you don't want to communicate no more. Like I'm telling you, all this stuff parallels when you line them up. I know sometimes we get tunnel vision and we only think about one thing, but they all go together. They all go together. Some of us have been dumped that way. They don't pick up the phone. They don't call as much. They don't text as much, all that kind of stuff. And the result ends in, you know what I'm saying, you getting rid of whatever it was you're trying to get rid of or whatever they wanted to get rid of. It stops, you know, and sometimes without a conversation. Like, I don't need to, if you do those things, you ain't got to tell me what's up. I can see what's up. Shoot, the writing's on the wall and I'm a good reader. Oh, the writing's on the wall and I'm a good reader. That's all I got to say. So that's all that's required of you, man. It's only required that you pay attention to the writing on the wall and be a good reader. That's it. Actions, man. Listen, you ain't got to tell me, none of y'all got to tell me that y'all doing this or doing that. Your actions will speak louder than your words. I'll see it in your body. I'll feel it in your energy. I know when something off. Whether I choose to react to it, woo! We might have to do a conversation on choices, because we all have them until we don't. And the most of us get upset about not having a choice. That's the truth. Oh man. So we touched on a few things today, just to recap a little bit. We touched on, I had no idea that I was going to have a conversation about cryptocurrency that was going to lead us down that road and be such a dope conversation. But we started off talking about cryptocurrency. We talked about finances, and that's what, so y'all understand, that is what Bite to Eat allows me to do, that I get excited about. Bite to Eat does not, let me choose a different asset. Woo! Choose a different asset. Bite to Eat allows me to change the area code. That was what we're going to talk about right there. Some people looking on Instagram, it says the DMX conversation. I'm going to save that for another day, because that's going to be a really cool conversation as well. I'm dissecting the lyrics from one of DMX's songs that I think is really dope and dynamic, that I think you guys appreciate. Oh, Shelly, I appreciate you. Shelly just CashApp Me. Thank you so much for sewing into the show, for supporting the live. I appreciate that. What time should you have your last meal? Well, Brenda, it depends on when you go to sleep. If you go to sleep at 10, try to eat by 6 so your body can have it all digested by 7 or 8. And then if you choose to take the apple cider vinegar drink the second time, you could take it then. But you want to give your body enough time to digest the food that's in it so that you can have a fasted sleep with where it's working on the stored fat and not digesting food that you just put in your stomach. If you eat within an hour or two of your meal, that's what's going to happen. You're going to get into a situation where your body isn't working on stored fat. It's actually working on the fat that you just put into it. It's working on the food that you just put into it, and you don't want to do that. What up, Tanya? I see you. Yeah, I like your logo too, whatever that is. It look dope. But you don't want to get into a situation where you're eating, and then before your food even hits the bottom of your stomach, before it takes everything, before your body does it, it's going to be doing that all night. And a lot of you don't understand that contributes to the quality of sleep that you have. You know what I'm saying? Like some of you sleep and wake and sleep and do all this tossing and turning because your body is operating and it's operating in different ways, and it's, you know what I'm saying? And your body is trying to figure it out, and you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, treat your gut nicely, meaning give it time to do the processes it needs to do, you know what I'm saying, so that it can manage other things. You want to get it to a fastest state so it can take that stored fat and throw it out of your body. The stored fat is the evil that lies within. Jaleesa, thank you so much. Man, golly. Your stored fat is the stored fat is the part of the problem that you're trying to solve. But you can only get to the stored fat by putting your body in a fasted state where it's in survival mode. And the only thing it's thinking about is, what can I use for energy? And that will be the energy that you've stored up on your body, on your love handles, on your stomach and your fupa and all those other quote unquote flabby areas that you want to manage. Yeah, he said, Chopper said his battery is low and phone is hot. Yeah, it does that when you're on those lives like that, bro. It'll do that in a heartbeat. This phone isn't charging, but usually by the time we get done with the show, everything needs charging up. Tashi said, keep in mind, your gut is your second brain. Take good care of it. And I agree. It is the brain for your facility. You know what I'm saying? It's saying, hey, what's going on with you? Heart, liver, kidneys, lungs. What do you need from me? You know what I'm saying? What do you all need? Let me give you what you need, and whatever you give it, it will use. And that's the part y'all got to remember. That is really a part to remember. Your body will use what you give it. And if you give it bad, it's just like if you go to the gas station and you get horrible gas, your car performs horribly. So when it comes to what you're giving yourself, the gas that you're giving yourself, the fuel that your body needs, be mindful of that. Your body will respond and operate from that place. How do you want to operate? Do you want to feel great? Do you want to feel amazing? Do you want to do things and love how you're doing it and how you feel while you're doing it? If so, treat your body nice. Treat your gut health. Keep your gut health popping. It's so important, you know. And so we've been managing to cultivate a community where we can do that, and I like that. And small meals gives your organs a rest. Exactly. So let me take that what she said, right? Yep, taking my sea moss and bladder pill as we speak. That's what's up. And that's a whole nother thing. We're gonna extend that conversation again. I'm gonna bring it back. But that's a whole nother conversation. No meat days as well, yep. Small meals, right? Small meals help you understand it. It helps you identify better that you can actually get around and you can do things without having full and giant meals. Like I said, I very rarely eat a real full meal ever because my body doesn't require it. Like, I'm meeting the requirements that my body needs to be functional and be excited about how it's operating. But I challenge it when I eat full meals. Like if I eat a sandwich, fries, and a drink or whatever, I'm passing out because my body's like, yo, that's too much for me. I don't even rock like that nowadays. Get it off me. So in those instances, you gotta curve it. Curve it as much as you can. Cut that meal in half if you can. I mean, I know you can. I'm just telling you to do it. Cut that meal in half. Your body doesn't, quote unquote, need it. In fact, it's just a want up until the point of you realizing that. You can realize like, oh man, I didn't need this. I just wanted this. And as you do that, you'll watch how things change and how the success that you want in health and wellness and your physique, it has to change. You've created an environment where your body has to respond. And when you do that and your body responds, I want you to celebrate it. Like, listen, for those that have lost weight, whose size has adjusted, who's gotten rid of stored fat, celebrate. Like, you have to celebrate because there may be an instance where you can't do it for a couple of days and then it feels like a setback. You're going to need to lean towards the times that you have done it. Before you buy, stop and ask yourself, do you need or want it? Yes. Those game time decisions, Tasha, I'm afraid of, because a lot of us fold in those positions, because if you're shopping while you're hungry, we all know the story. People going to buy stuff with their eyes versus with their stomach. You know what I'm saying? We're going to buy stuff with what we see we want versus what our stomach actually needs. So my clothes fit different no matter what the scales say. Exactly, Nichelle. Like, that's the exciting part. That's the part that really, really should have a lot of people ignited. Now that I think about it, I got to go to the dry cleaners and pick up an outfit or whatever. But that's the realest thing that I can tell you, is when your clothes fit differently. Like, we all have memory of what something feels like when we wear it. You know what I'm saying? When we bought those jeans or whatnot and how they felt. And then when you put them on and they slide on a little easier than they used to, and they shape you differently, you be like, yo, something's going on. Something's going on. Listen, if you're not following me on any of those platforms that I'm broadcasting on, you can follow me now. Turn notifications on to always. The YouTube link is available for you guys to smash that or whatever, but youtube.com, ICGREEN, the numeric 1 is my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to there. If you aren't, you can do that now. I want to make sure everybody has the opportunity to join me live on YouTube, because it's a whole nother vibe. It's the real deal. You are in the studio with me. More so than on a live with me. You know what I'm saying? You're in a studio with me. So, you know what I'm saying? But that's the exciting part. Like, and when I wear certain things, like yesterday, I knew when I walked in, I had to go into this building. I knew when I went in there that my body and all the adjustments, like, you could see it. Like, y'all don't understand, like, seeing the results and feeling the results and then watching people look at you like you've got the results that you wanted. That's the part. You know, and it's only gratifying from the instance of that people just admire my, you know, your physique. But outside of that, you know, it's a metric that, you know, of course, we don't care what other people think anyway. But the fact that they give you the look, you know what I'm saying? And when they be like, oh, okay, you know, it's one of those things. I'm debating on if I'm going to shave all this off, though, by the way, y'all. That's the debate. At some point I am. At some point I'm going to shave all this off on the sides and the beard. And just do this, just do the mustache. Yeah. Just tell them when they ask you that, Nichelle and Tasha, you just tell them, no, I'm getting rid of stored fat. Hit them with that. You know what I'm saying? What up, Lady A? I see you join me on Instagram. I love seeing that too, man. Make sure you guys are following on all platforms. Yeah, but you are the part when you move around and people see you and they be like, damn. That's the part, you know what I'm saying? That's the part that you should be excited about. And then, of course, you know, not that we care as much, but our worst critics are going to be family and friends. I love showing up at Thanksgiving after I've done some real work, and I show up and they be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, da-da-da, you know, because my chest be popping, you know what I'm saying? Arms be nice, you know what I'm saying? Body be like, hey, what up? I walk in, that's how I walk in. I be like, yo, what's up? Patricia, how you gonna say it look nice? And then on the slick side, be like, but just trim it. Woo! Be like, your hair is fine, just comb it. Woo! Your teeth look great, just brush them. I mean, come on, man. That'd be those kind of comments. Oh man, that's funny. That was funny. I'm sorry, I had to. Laughter is a great ab workout, by the way. You know, the hard laugh, the really good funny laugh, unfortunately, is hard. They come. Yeah, the goatee, you rocking with the goatee. Just keep the goatee, just chop this off. Just do it like this here. Let me see that. It's your reality, image in a magazine. I'm just saying, Dub. I was like, yeah, the family would be like, I see you. I see what's going on. I know you didn't mean that. I did inherit my green eyes from they skipped generations, so my great-great-grandfather, you know. So yeah, I'm debating, man. If I just do that, I might have him do that tomorrow. I'm going to the barbershop tomorrow. I might just say, go tee me out. I'm debating. At some point, I might just wipe it all. Do you know for TV, had you noticed that on TV they make the men, you can't have facial hair? Did y'all know that? Oh, that's dope, Jaleesa. That was dope. Sent the lock and the key. Did y'all know that? That you can't have facial hair? I mean, you can, but very few do. I don't know what that's about. I be seeing that, I be like, would I cut my facial hair? She said, I thought you, DJ said, I thought you got those eyes from Smokey. No, tears of a clown. No, I didn't get it from Smokey. It makes them look younger. Don't you think, Nichelle? Trying to look good for that party, extra good. Oh, I'm gonna be fly. Don't play no games. I'm not stepping out like that. I don't ever travel. No man that I know travels without getting that, getting a fresh cut, period. Trim and everything. So I'm taking the braids out tonight. I'm gonna take them out myself. I like the fact that she didn't do so many this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna tell her do 10 again. Like before she did like 20. Do you know how hard it is to take out 20 braids? Shoot, man, I want to be like, yeah, can we do the same thing we did last time? She got me in and out of there. She took like 30 minutes. No, every 2 weeks. I get it done every 2 weeks, Key. Every 2 weeks. And the reason why is it helps it grow so fast. Like, y'all don't understand. My hair grows pretty fast, but when it's braided, oh, it grows like crazy. Let me see what she say. She said, good morning, pray for me. Second day on the vinegar cleanse it is not for the weak, Cherie, but you got this. Consistency is everything. My hubby's a barber. I laugh at his last minute extra paying folks for vacation. Yeah, but I schedule my stuff. If you notice, I schedule all that stuff in advance. So ain't no extra tipping other than the tipping for the cut. I started to do this too. Listen, I wanted to do this. I wanted to have him trim it and then put a star right there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get a star tattoo. I might get it while I'm in Vegas, but I'm gonna have a shooting star. So it's going the tail of it's gonna go like that, and then it's gonna be a star right here. It's not that bad. Single braids take longer to take out. Yeah, man. When it's 20 braids and all that, I'd be like, come on, man. Like, golly, I gotta take these joints out myself. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, come on, man. This is not the business. And then when I get the designs, you know what I mean? When I get the real designs and stuff, I am extra, Patricia. I am bougie. Do you understand? Do you understand, Patricia? Oh man. I am different. Just so you know. Get you a ducktail in the back. No, we ain't doing that, Dub. That's funny. Or a New Yorker. Do you remember that cut called a New Yorker where it was like, you know who got a New Yorker? What's the kid out of Dallas that raps, DJ Dub? Yellow Beezy, is that his name? Something Beezy out of Dallas, who got the haircut where it's low up here on the front and he got the full shag thing in the back. Yeah, we ain't doing that. My hair too long for that anyway. And I doubt if I'm cutting it anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? The plan is to let it grow to the first of the year. And then the first style I'm gonna have her do in the beginning of the year is I'm gonna get it locked up. I'm gonna have her lock it. But I wanted it to be really long when I got it locked. I didn't want to go through the journey that I went through last time, man. Oh my God, that looks so funny, but it's their thing. Yeah, I know, right? That's their thing in Dallas. It's crazy. It's like that. That's an old haircut. But I'm gonna lock my hair back up. If anybody has seen pictures of my hair locked, I think they're on one of my sites or whatever. Key said get stitch braids. Yeah, what are stitch braids? Are those one with the little things that go like that, the little lines next to it or something like that? Key Troy gonna say, is that your eye color or context? Come on, man. Come on, Key. Come on, look. Key, I just want you to know, I didn't come here.
I ain't coming for no foolishness.
How's she gonna ask me that? You see that? Do y'all see what Key Troy gonna say? Are those your real eyes?
You serious?
Come on, man. You gotta know that.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What are soul inspired? What are stitch braids? I don't know what those are. I'm gonna ask her tomorrow and be like, what are stitch braids? Somebody told me I should get them. You know what I'm saying? If we fight, you're going to lose. I'm just going to tell you straight up. I want to know what that is. Like, I want to know, what are stitch braids? Like, are those the ones that look like stitches? Like they got the little piece next to it or something like that? That's what's up, Michelle. I ain't know. I just left Jersey. I was in whatever is close to New York. I was in that part of Jersey. Let me look it up. I'm gonna go online right now. I'm online now, but I'm gonna look it up. Stitch braids. Stitch braids. Let me see what they say for stitch braids. I'm gonna search it on Google. Stitch braid. There you go. Stitch braids tutorial. Oh, I see it. Those do look like they'd be fly. Why would I get stitch braids? They look like a lot of work and be a bit challenging. I see them. They look dope, but man, how do I get those out? How challenging is they take longer to do? How hard is that to get it out? Y'all talking about putting it in. I'm talking about, I'm challenged with, how to get it out, because I know that's part of the struggle for me. Stitch braids. What's up, Lori? I see my folks chiming in. Yeah, y'all missed a great episode earlier. This is my podcast called Bite to Eat, where I give y'all something to chew on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it, some of it could be hard to swallow, but most of it is tasty, a little bit spicy. But all of it is fulfilling. You pronounce so many words very different from how we pronounce them. What did I miss? Which word did I mess up? Miss Miami said you can pay to get them taken out. That's funny. The same way you take out your other braids, you're going to have to pay to get them out. That's funny. Y'all are crazy. See, some people are saying you got to pay to play. But those look super dope. Like in style wise, she going to charge me another $100 for that. Y'all are tripping. She gonna charge me another $100 for that. I can tell you that right now. And I will not, I'm gonna have to save that for another time. It looked dope though. Like I like it. I like the organizational look of it. Like this, it looked fly. Is it possible to do stitch braids with my amount of hair in 30 minutes is the real question. How much longer would it take to do stitch braids? That's what I need to ask her. And am I capable? Is my hair long enough for that? I think it's dope. I mean, I love the look. I've seen it before, but I ain't have no idea how you do that. It's $50 to take it out, so I can only imagine it's got to be 100 some change to put it in. Sheesh. How to stitch braid comb method. I don't know, but I like it. I don't know, but I like it. I like the way it looked, but I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how that's going to work. I'm afraid to ask her. I'm going to wait till after this is when it's done, because I don't want to be like, I don't even want her thinking about stitch braiding my hair tomorrow. The way my appointments is set up, as soon as I get done getting braided this way, I'm making my way over to get my to get lined up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on a schedule. And is it me? Is it that barbers and beauticians don't care about your schedule? Had y'all noticed that? Is it just me? They don't care about your schedule at all. Like, they don't care what you got going on. That's why I say something in the beginning. Like, I'm going to go in tomorrow and be like, oh, man, I'm so excited to get these braids done, because as soon as you finish, that's the next thing I say, because as soon as you finish, I'm going to get lined up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's my cue to be like, as fast as you can get these joints done neatly and nicely, it'll be appreciated. You're already pulling on my brain hairs, so you know what I mean? And I thought about that. That's what I was saying to Shell. I kind of want bigger braids anyway. Nope, they don't, because they be stopping and talking and eating you up. They do all that. I'm not holding you long. I have things to do like you. Chocolate. You say that till I get there on a Saturday. They don't want to make their day go by and get paid. So Tip said they don't. Listen, y'all know they be holding y'all hostage. Yep, even with an appointment, man, y'all know that a beautician or a barber will hold you hostage inside that doggone. Oh man, come on. The Shell said, "Nope, I'm not keeping you longer than I have to." That's it right there. Longer than I have to. I hear you. You have planned a whole day when it comes to pampering yourself. Absolutely, I sure have. Now, and if time permits, what day is that? Wednesday. I got to decide when I'm gonna go to the gym. So and so that means I'll get on at 9. I can only stay on until 10 on Wednesday because my appointment is at 11 and it takes about 30 minutes to get there. The overbooking thing, man, y'all be swapping out chairs. Patricia, it'd be like musical chairs in that joint. They'd be like, okay, you sit under the dryer. You come here, let me wash you while you sit in the styling chair. You know what I mean? While one person is drying off in the styling, or drying off from the wet stuff, then they start styling your hair, and they tell the person on the dryer they got 30 more minutes. It'd be like y'all be like, la 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 la. I'd be like, where do I fit in on this? Because I usually have the easiest hair appointment. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my braids, they be the easiest thing to do. These other folks be wanting, they got product in their hair, they got all kind of stuff. I'd be like, yo, just. I'll be like, I'm a dude. Is there anything y'all could do for dudes? Like I'm a dude up in here. Can I just bypass some of this? You know what I'm saying? Oh shoot. I'm making a note. I am not going to a salon or a barbershop on a Friday or a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Not gonna happen. But with that in mind, listen, what up, Sodomini? As I am trying to keep with my schedule, I appreciate everybody for tuning in to Bite to Eat. I really, really want to shout out, let me go to here right quick. Let me go to because I don't want to get this wrong. She's always supporting and showing up and showing out. Shelly, I want to give a huge shout out to Shelly for her Cash App today. I'm definitely gonna get a smoothie and a salad. Thank you so much for that. I want to shout out everybody who gifted. Jaleesa went hard in the paint on the live goal. She came in and did all the heavy lifting. Listen, man, if y'all value me, right? I'm just gonna say you can show it by liking and sharing, but you can also show it by gifting or cash apping. Those things go an extra long way. It's not required, but it's not necessary, but it's appreciated. And so when I spend time on here, I want y'all to understand that I'm taking away. Okay, my appointment just came up. Okay, cool. That there are other things that could be happening. I'm spending my time with y'all, but we having a great time on this podcast, and I want to continue, but I want y'all to participate in it. We got 10,000 likes. That's awesome, and I love that metric. Our shares was kind of weak today, y'all. I ain't even gonna front. We down like 11 shares. No need to share it now. The Cash App is in my bio. So when you hit on my face, it shows you my Instagram, it shows you my YouTube, and the Cash App. Those of you on Instagram, I think it's in my bio there as well. And of course, y'all hear me talking about it now. So, but yeah, man, we had an amazing 2-hour show today. It was supposed to be, and I should have changed that out, but it was supposed to be, y'all don't even know this. We supposed to talk about DMX. I was going to break down some of his song lyrics because his song lyrics are really, really motivational and dope. And I think I just want to share that with y'all. And I might do that. I might dissect some songs here and there in conversation just so we can have, so you can understand the hearts and minds of some of these people that we love who create for us, and then discuss the mindset of some of these artists and these people as it relates to what we talk about as far as the motivational and inspirational properties of us being consistent on this. We did yesterday, we talked about White Lives Matter yesterday. That is pinned on my YouTube channel. If you decide to go over and watch it, you can watch yesterday's, which was the inaugural episode of Bite to Eat podcast. You can go on my Instagram, YouTube, and watch that whole thing. And we hit on a lot of dope points. It was a lot of great energy. And if you get excited about that, you can watch a couple episodes before that. We talked about the same-sex marriage and transgenderism. And we talked about the pandemic and some of those things that are still in play today with that. This conversation today started off with a little bit about, listen, all that. So Tashi, we can, If you guys have songs or song lyrics that have affected you in a way, good, bad, or otherwise, shoot it over, man, and we'll break it down. Because as a writer, as a musician, as a producer, I know that all songs have a story. I know that all songs are directed. All lyrics have something behind them that are greater most times than what they are in front of it. And I'll just help tie the shoestrings on that all together. I will help you make that content easy to swallow, tasty to chew, and that's what we'll do in the next Bite to Eat. This is not goodbye, you all. This is to be continued. I'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same program. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so it'll be a shorter program. So you want to be here when you see that thing light up and say that I'm live. It will be at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will only be on for an hour, and then I'll probably get back on after that later on in the day. But for the most part, 9 a.m. Eastern Time is the time that's allotted to you all, guys. I want to say thank you for tuning in. This is not goodbye, but this is to be continued. I'm out. Do, 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 do.